In life, there is nothing more painful than losing the very people who you started this journey with. My biggest stance is do not heavily invest in others, but instead invest in yourself and leverage yourself in a way that you will continue to grow and elevate. You see, life in this world is not only about the connections we make. It is about our soul's mission and our soul's journey. Sometimes you have to leave certain people. Sometimes certain people are going to leave you because you are just becoming a version of you that is not going to be able to contain these people. Now, the sad reality of this world is that women were told that their femininity means they have to be chosen, they have to be held, to be kept, to be owned. But no one warned us about what happens when a woman outgrows the container she was once safe in. Today, the world is talking about Christy Sarah and Desmond Scott. They're calling it heartbreak, the end of a love story. But on a soul level, this is something else. It is soul alignment. Now, I feel that the universe always works to align us with who we are internally. So, even the versions of us externally that have been safe are always going to have to fall off, and that has also implicates the people around you, your family, your friends, your environment has to change because when the universe is starting to align you in a way that is corresponding to who you are becoming, things have to fall off. Now let's look at Christy Sarah as a queen archetype, queen energy woman. Christy Sarah embodies the queen archetype, and this is a very important one. The type of woman that is not loud. She does not chase. She does not collapse herself to be digestible. The queen expands. She governs her inner world. She evolves. She listens to the seasons of her life. And here's the part people don't like to talk about. Not every dynamic can hold a woman when she steps fully into her queen energy. A queen doesn't abandon love. She simply refuses to abandon herself. Alongside with the queen archetype, Christy Sarah also carries a huntress archetype, forward motion. She is a huntress. She's a woman with vision. She moves toward purpose, not approval. She chooses growth over comfort. And you can see with the evolution of her growth in her social media and content creation. She really is a visionary behind every idea, every creation she has brought into the world. The huntress doesn't pause her becoming to preserve familiarity. And this is where many relationships quietly fracture, not through hatred, but through misalignment. Because when one partner expands rapidly, the dynamic must evolve too. If the other partner does not expand with that partner, the dynamic will always fall apart. Sometimes, when a person chooses not to evolve, it becomes a cage disguised as love. And that leads to resentment, fear, pain, all these low vibrational energies that we cannot carry over for our soul's mission. Now, another feminine archetype Chrissy Sarah embodies is the mystique woman. The mystique woman doesn't need proof before she moves. She feels the truth before it becomes logical. She senses when a chapter is complete, even if the world still wants the story to continue. This is the kind of woman who knows, I cannot stay where my spirit has already left. The mystique women don't always leave loudly. Sometimes they leave quietly, inwardly, or sometimes they have to be rejected so that they themselves can see what is meant to find them. Now, I am not speaking of these archetypes to sound woo woo or anything. I'm just trying to show you what it really looks like in the physical world to be a woman embodying your femininity. When you finally decide that you are going to stand for yourself, you have to stand alone. And that is probably the most painful reality for us because we are beings of connection. We are beings of love. We want to connect. We want to be around people. But the truth of the matter is, your soul has a mission here. You are meant to expand. You are meant to grow. You are not meant to stay in the same place. You're not meant to align with the very same people. Everybody who is around you, I call it soul contracts. And sometimes soul contracts end before we leave this earth. And that is okay. Looking at it as a loss, looking at it as a betrayal, is a disservice to your very essence as a human being because human beings are built for expansion. Now, I'm talking in relation to women because women have been shamed for many years for wanting that very expansion. You have so many creative ideas as a woman. You have so much to offer the world, but you silence it because the world tells you to be palatable. The world tells you to fit in a certain narrative as a woman. So you play that role, not knowing that your soul does not have any idea of sexuality. Your soul has no idea of whether your purpose is to be a wife, a mother, a child. All your soul knows is, I have a mission and I need to learn my lessons and grow and heal beyond everything around me. Now, the beautiful part about being a human who allows yourself to evolve, you can use the people who are around you as a way to find your mission and your purpose. Now, let's look into why oftentimes creative women often outgrow partnerships. When you look at Christy Sarah, she is a very creative woman. She's got many ideas and she's very good at articulating her creative energy. Now, oftentimes, women then have to either choose to hone into that or reject it for approval. And outgrowing partnerships doesn't mean that it is the rule that every time you become this creative being, you're going to have to leave, going to have to be rejected by people or have to reject people. This isn't a rule, but it is a pattern in personal development psychology. Creative, evolving women grow in cycles, shed identities, reinvent themselves multiple times, and that kind of inner work has to resonate in the external. When I say you are what is within you, so everything within has to come without. So the external world is a reflection of your inner world. The people you attract are a mirror of who you are. So sometimes relationships may feel like a loss, but truly it is because you have shedded certain identities, outgrown cycles, and reinvented yourself. Many relationships are built to support the woman who was and not the woman who is becoming. That doesn't make a relationship evil, it just makes it a relationship. And once we start to look at it as that, a relationship, something that is meant to work for who I am at that point in time, the lessons I'm meant to learn, how it's supposed to support the becoming. Love can be real and still no longer be enough. The true power in femininity is being self possessed, emotionally sovereign, deeply intuitive, and expansive. A woman who is honing her femininity does not shrink her destiny to preserve peace. She understands that peace is not built on self betrayal, peace is built on choosing yourself no matter the environment. The blessing and the curse of relationships is that it can be the very thing that delays a woman's expansion. Not because love is bad, but because growth is relentless and growth requires you to not negotiate with your external. A queen does not walk alone because she failed at love. She walks alone because she answered her higher calling. And the truth many women are afraid to face is this: if you expand fully, not everyone can come with you. And that does not make you any less of a human, but instead, it makes you fully in alignment with your soul's purpose. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be creating more videos on queen energy and femininity. This channel is meant for the woman who is looking to grow and evolve beyond her environment, to heal all the patterns that are stopping her from meeting her higher self. So if this resonates with you, please join the family. And until next time, love and light.